Hi, this is Cheryl, YogaMind.com, and what I'm about to give you today is very special. You would pay a lot of money for this if you went to a yoga studio and had a private session. They're therapeutic style exercises that help for the lower back, sciatica, and to release the psoas. So do these at least a few times a week, and take care and follow the instructions. Namaste. And today we're going to do some therapeutic style exercises. The first one, you'll need a wall. I'm going to use my bookcase and a block, and we're going to release this psoas muscle. So let's step up onto the block and put the whole foot on the block. Now, this is a little tricky at first because you want to start swinging your leg, but you don't want to use the muscles in your leg to move the leg. You want to just swing the leg from the socket. So you don't want to use the quads. You don't want to tighten the quads. You need to stay up here at least 2 minutes. And for sake of filming time, and see the leg will slow down, but it keeps moving. For sake of filming time, we're only going to do this one side, and then you can do the other side by yourself. So the leg will go to where it's hardly moving. Remember, the leg is a ball and socket. So it's just pendulum type movement. And you're going to stay here for a full 2 minutes. Now when you step off of here, brace yourself with the wall and step down. This is really important. What you should feel is that one leg is longer than the other. And it'll be this psoas has released when you feel that. So now go do the other side for 2 minutes. So we're going to start up here, put the opposite foot on. And I'm not going to do it for the full 2 minutes, but I'll just get you started. And the same thing here. 2 minutes. So this next exercise is for the low back and the sciatica. And you do need a wall for this. I'm going to do this on my bookcase because I have a strip here wide enough to have my foot there. So I put one foot flat against the wall. And then I lay down and I scooch myself because I want to keep pressure on this leg against the wall. And then I bring this other leg in towards my chest. I interlace my fingers. You can hold, how you hold the leg is unimportant. I like to interlace my fingers and just bring my leg in like this. So this is working the low back on the right side and the sciatic area. And this is Jazzy. She's an old lady. She helps Mama. Now, you really want to stay here for 3 to 5 minutes. But I'm not going to stay with you that long. I'm only going to stay with you for 2 minutes. And then after you do the first 3 to 5 minutes on this side, you'll go to the opposite leg. After you finish that, it's important not to just jump up. Lay here, after you finish both legs, lay here and take a good 5 inhalations and exhalations before you get up. We need to let things settle in that we've done, otherwise you just disperse everything we've done. That's a girl. So if you have pets, they're going to want to come and do the yoga with you. So like I said, I'm only going to stay with you for 2 minutes, and then you can continue on for the 3 to 5. And that's it for this exercise. So continue on, finish this side, and do the other side. You're going to need a block for this next exercise, and I want to caution you right now, it looks deceptively easy. And what we're doing is working the hip area and the sciatica. And don't do any more than 10 reps on each side if you've never done this exercise before. And you're going to feel it. So if you do any more than that, you're really going to feel it, and not in such a good way. So let me show you the setup on this. I put the block down, and then I'm going to put my leg on the block. And I'm not going to let those toes touch the floor. I make sure that I align my knees up together. So I'm going to pull this knee back a little bit. Now they're aligned. Then I put my hands down on the floor, and I just lift up this other leg. So all the weight's on my two hands and the leg on the block. And I lower the leg, lift and lower. And although it appears that the leg that's not on the block is working, it's really working this right side. So go ahead and follow the video for the actual exercise, and remember, only 10 reps each side.
Yeah.
Keeping the weight on both hands evenly. Now when we come out of this, we're going to keep the knee on the block and sink back into child's pose and stay here for 5 breaths. So that side's done. Now I'm not going to take you through the other side, but I'm just going to set up with you here. So I put the opposite leg, and see the foot stays off the floor. And then I can start my exercise. So go ahead and do 10 reps on that side. Always keep the reps even, and come back into this position when you're finished, for at least 3 to 5 breaths on each side. Next exercise, this is for sciatica, and I know that when you're actively in sciatica that it's very painful and you can't do a lot of the other exercises. So this one has worked for a lot of my students and for myself too, but you need to have the hip and leg even. So I've got this stool here. You could use a countertop and a taller stool, anything that keeps you even. So for what I'm using here, I'm going to come and put my hands down evenly, and I'm going to stretch this leg back. Now I'm going to stay here just like this for 10 breaths in and out, really deep breaths. And you want to mentally send the breath into that area that's giving you pain. This is the least painful of the exercises that you can do if you're experiencing sciatica at the moment. You need to, it's inflamed, so you need to either have your doctor give you some anti-inflammatories or do hot and cold sessions with a heating pad and an ice pack. But you need to get the inflammation down before you can really work that area. So 10 good breaths on this side. And then you come down, and again, because I'm on the floor, I'm going to sink back into child's pose. And I'm going to stay here for another 5 breaths. When I've done the 5 breaths, then I come up and do the other side, but I'm not going to do it with you now for filming purposes. So do the other side, go back into child's pose for another 5 breaths. Namaste.